Alrighty, welcome everybody. So today we're going to take a look inside this vintage Belzer half-inch drive Ratchet. So you probably saw this on the eBay finds episode, and I talked a little bit about the date, how you can tell that this was made before 1952 by the DR, which stands for Deutsche Reich, which of course is German Empire, which was used from 1891 up until 1952 was the last year they were allowed to put that on there. They stopped issuing out these utility patents in 1945, so we know that this had to have been designed before that. And the condition of it, as you can tell, it's been well used. A lot of the chrome is gone, especially up on around here. Somebody was grabbing it like this to get it started. But I'm not going to try to re-chrome it or anything like that. I'm just probably going to clean it. But you can definitely tell it's been oiled, at least recently. We got an oil port up here, or a nibble for oiling. So without further ado, let's go ahead and look inside this thing. So that screw right there is pretty loose. Let's see about this one. Yeah. So I just closed the window because the cicadas were getting a little bit annoying. They're not even supposed to be out this year, but apparently because of warmer temperatures, they've gotten confused, so not all of them have come out of hibernation or whatever they do every 17 years or 13 years. So that's why you get periods where you don't hear them at all, because they're moving around. So you can see a lot of oil in there. So somebody took pretty good care of this guy. Let's see if we can get this out. So a very, very thick cover on there. But yeah, we do have a little bit of buildup of some grime right here. It's not too bad. And what that is that's just grease, old grease. So we got the typical design, single pawl design here. And it looks like it's only a single tooth design as well. But it looks like those teeth fit very well. So you got a lot of surface contact area there. Right in here. Alright, so let's see, we'll go ahead and pop this guy out now. So the teeth on that look perfect. I don't see anything wrong with them, so I'm pretty sure that this was rebuilt at one time. It just looks way too good, too new to be 70, 80 years old. But I don't see any branding, part numbers or anything on these pieces. So it looks like that's a pretty odd size pin. Looks to be like around 2.5 millimeters. Yeah. So it looks like being very, very good condition. Somebody took good care of this ratchet, or they rebuilt it at some point. So that's pretty much it. So I think I will try to throw this in the ultrasonic cleaner, because there's quite a bit of built up grime in here. Alright, so we'll go ahead and do that, and we'll be right back. Okay, so I threw all the pieces in the sonic cleaner, and it's about as good as it's going to get for now. I don't think I'm going to try to restore the chrome. I think leaving it as is just fine. But the shape of this ratchet, I was thinking that I've seen it before, and it finally came to me that I think the J.H. Williams ratchets used to look exactly like this back in the 1930s and 40s. So I went and I found a patent So this right here is a patent dated 1933. And if you look at this shape, it looks pretty familiar, doesn't it? What's even more interesting is that within here, there's a little relief right here where the depth changes. You can see it right there. If you look at the cross section too, and you see that exact same relief on this ratchet. So on the Williams ratchets, this inner part is painted. It's usually a red, and this looks like it's painted like a kind of a gray, silverish color. But the mechanism is totally different on these old Williams, but I'm pretty sure that the mechanism has been upgraded on this or rebuilt at some point. So if somebody copied somebody, I guess we'd have to do some more research to figure out who first came up with this shape. But either Belzer copied Williams or Williams copied Belzer. It's really the only two. Or maybe it's somebody totally different and they both copied that person. I think I read that the utility patents, the DRGM, they were never actually electronically scanned. If you can even still find them, I think you have to go to the actual office and search for it manually. So it's hard to say when that was actually filed. So after cleaning, so a couple of interesting things I thought I'd point out. So if you see in here, the sidewalls of this are extremely rough. It's kind of bizarre, actually. I don't know enough about machining to know what would cause that kind of pattern, but I've never seen it before. The holes, the holes look really good, but it's just this relief cut. It's almost like the tooling was, there's something wrong with the tooling. It was dull or something. Unless that's some kind of post-process that was put in there to maybe hold a little extra grease in this compartment. If anybody has any ideas on that. So just taking some measurements here in case anybody's interested. 32 millimeters diameter, and it looks like we got 20 teeth on this ratchet. As for our lubrication, I'm going to use this Lucas Oil Red number 2. It's a lithium based. For large teeth ratchets, I like to use more of a grease, tacky grease. For the smaller you go, generally I'd go with just an oil. But you can't really use grease in a super fine tooth ratchet. The grease has to have somewhere to go, when you make the contact there. So alright, we'll go ahead and pop her back together. First thing we'll do, we'll just add a little grease to this spring. So now for the tricky part. Alright, that was easy. Speaking of rebuilding ratchets, I've been trying to get this Hazette little thing back together for a couple of weeks now. I even had to buy some extra balls that I kept losing them. They kept flying out. But yeah, this design does not scale well down to a 1/4 inch very well. Yeah, I work on it for like a half an hour and then I get frustrated and have to go do something else. So we'll just add a little bit in this compartment. You don't need to go crazy. Alright, should be able to drop it right in. I think that looks good. So close her up. It was one of the easier ratchet restorations I've had to do. Normally there's always something. And to clean up the remnants of that grease, I like to use Balstal. It does work pretty well at removing grease. Alright, see how she fits on a ratchet. Oh yeah. That went on there was really smooth. I could see how this was somebody's favorite ratchet at one time. I mean, it's just... So yeah, I think this mechanism is definitely way newer than the rest of the ratchet, but it works, so... Alrighty, I think that's going to wrap it up for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and I'll catch you guys next time.